Imagine owning not one, not two, but 3 private jets. Now imagine crashing one and giving another away to a fellow YouTuber. That's just a typical day for MrBeast. His fleet of jets is worth $7.5 million, and that's just a fraction of what he's spent on his toys. MrBeast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, is the YouTube king of crazy spending and giving away tons of cash. He's known for videos in which he spends millions on wild stunts and helps people in need. But how did this guy go from making gaming videos in his bedroom to owning $1 billion empire? It all started with a simple YouTube channel and a dream. Now, MrBeast has more money than he knows what to do with it. From private islands to gold-plated everything, we'll take you through the insane stuff this guy owns. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be wondering if there's anything MrBeast doesn't have. From gaming setup to $1 million studio, MrBeast's come a long way from his bedroom gaming setup. Now he's got a studio that's bigger than an airport. But what's inside this $70 million monster, and how's it changed his content game? Let's rewind to the early days of MrBeast's YouTube journey. Picture a young Jimmy Donaldson, hunched over a basic gaming setup, dreaming big but working with what he had. Just a regular kid with a passion for making videos, he started like most of us would, with the basics. But MrBeast ain't your average content creator. As his channel grew, so did his vision. He knew he needed more than just a webcam and a gaming chair to make the videos he had in mind. So he started investing in better equipment, better cameras, better lighting, better audio gear. Each upgrade meant better quality videos, and his viewers noticed. But MrBeast didn't stop there. Nah, he had bigger plans, way bigger. We're talking about a studio that is kind of big at $70 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $70 million. That's not just an upgrade, it's a whole new level of content creation. This studio ain't your average workspace. It's massive, like larger than a real airport massive. It's got hundreds of rooms, each one ready for whatever crazy idea MrBeast comes up with next. Want to recreate the Olympic Games? No problem, there's space for that. Want to build a life-size version of Monopoly? Sure, why not? MrBeast spent years building this place, and now it's where 90% of his videos come to life. It's got everything he needs to keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible on YouTube. And let's be real, when you're watching a MrBeast video, you're not just watching a guy in his room anymore. You're seeing the results of a full-scale production. But here's the thing, this studio ain't just about having a cool place to film. It's a game changer for MrBeast's content. With all this space and all these resources, he can dream bigger and crazier than ever before. His videos have gone from impressive to mind-blowing. And his viewership? It's through the roof. Think about it. Every time you click on a new MrBeast video, you're seeing the results of this massive investment. The stunts are bigger, the giveaways are more insane, and the production value is off the charts. It's no wonder his channel keeps growing. And get this, MrBeast's thinking long-term with this studio. He's said that even if he decides to quit YouTube someday, which let's be real seems unlikely, he could sell this place to a big production company like Disney. That's how legit this studio is. So from a basic gaming setup to a $70 million production powerhouse, MrBeast's journey shows just how serious he is about his content. He's not just making videos, he's building an empire. And this studio, it's the cornerstone of that empire. The YouTube Play Button collection. So what's he got that's small enough to hold but valuable enough to be worth $1.4 million? It's a YouTube creator's dream come true. It turns out that MrBeast has a collection of YouTube play buttons that'd make any content creator green with envy. We're talking over 90 of these bad boys worth $1.4 million. But these ain't just fancy wall decorations. Nah, each one of these play buttons tells a story of MrBeast's wild ride to the top of the YouTube game. So what's the deal with these play buttons? Well, YouTube hands them out when a channel hits certain subscriber milestones. MrBeast's got more than 50 silver buttons, over 20 gold ones, and more than 10 diamond buttons. That's a whole lot of zeros in subscriber counts, folks. But here's where it gets really crazy. These play buttons ain't just for one channel. MrBeast's got them for multiple channels in all sorts of languages. We're talking Portuguese, French, Arabic, Hindi, and Japanese. It's like he's taking over YouTube in every language out there. Each of these play buttons is like a trophy, marking another crazy achievement in MrBeast's YouTube journey. It's not just about the numbers though. These buttons show how MrBeast's been able to grow and change his content, always keeping things fresh and exciting for his viewers. And get this, MrBeast ain't just the guy with the most play buttons. He's actually YouTube's most subscribed individual creator. That's right, he's #1. His collection of play buttons is basically proof of how much influence he's got on the platform. But MrBeast's collection ain't just about the standard buttons. He's got some custom awards too. Like this one time, another YouTuber gifted him a special 50 million subscribers button. It's like he's got the standard trophies and the special edition ones too. MrBeast's car obsession takes off. He's amassed a real-world collection that'll make your jaw drop. Ever wondered how many Lamborghinis it takes to satisfy a YouTube king? The answer might shock you. MrBeast's car obsession is on another level. We're talking about a collection worth over $4.61 million. That's right, this guy's garage is worth more than most people's entire life savings. But for MrBeast, it's just another day in his crazy YouTube empire. Let's break it down. MrBeast's got 12 Lamborghinis. Yeah, you heard that right. 12. That's $2.4 million worth of Italian supercars just chilling in his garage. But that's not all. He's also got 30 Teslas, adding another $1.2 million to his automotive arsenal. Now you might be thinking, why does one guy need so many cars? Well, for MrBeast, these aren't just rides. They're content gold. His car collection has become a huge part of his videos. He's always coming up with new ways to use them, from crazy challenges to jaw-dropping giveaways. Get this, MrBeast has given away more than 10 Lamborghinis in his videos. Most people dream of owning just one of these Italian beasts, but MrBeast's out here handing them out like candy. It's all part of his strategy to keep his audience on the edge of their seats, wondering what he'll do next. But MrBeast ain't stopping at just luxury cars. He's always pushing the boundaries of what's possible. In some of his videos, he's even attached jet engines to cars. Yeah, you read that right. Jet engines on cars. It's like he's living in his own personal Fast and Furious movie, but with a YouTube twist. As MrBeast's channel has grown, so has his car collection. It's like a physical representation of his success. With every million subscribers, it seems like he adds another supercar to his fleet. It's a far cry from the days when he was just a kid making gaming videos in his bedroom. Now, brace yourself for this. MrBeast's total car collection? It's over 80 vehicles. That's more cars than some small dealerships have in stock. And we're not talking about regular cars here. We're talking about some of the most expensive and exclusive rides on the planet, private islands. While most YouTubers dream of hitting 1 million subscribers, MrBeast's out here buying entire islands. Ever wondered what a $3 million YouTube video set looks like? It's got sand, surf, and zero chance of nosy neighbors. That's right. MrBeast's invested around $3 million in private islands, and it's not just for show. One of these islands, worth a cool $2 million, was snagged specifically for his 100 million subscriber special. MrBeast didn't just want to celebrate this milestone, he wanted to do it in true MrBeast style, by going bigger than anyone could imagine. He used this island to host challenges for his subscribers, turning a tropical paradise into the ultimate YouTube playground. But these islands ain't just for making videos. They're MrBeast's personal getaways too. When you're running a YouTube empire, sometimes you need a place to kick back and relax. And what better place than your own private island? It's like having a vacation home, but way more exclusive. MrBeast's first island purchase was for $800,000. That's when he realized these weren't just fancy retreats, they were content gold mines. He started creating challenges and videos on the island that racked up millions of views. It's like he found a way to turn sand and palm trees into YouTube gold. Owning these islands has done more than just give MrBeast some sweet vacation spots. It's changed his whole image. He's gone from being just another YouTuber to a full-on lifestyle mogul. It's not every day you meet a content creator who can casually mention they own multiple islands. The golden touch. What if I told you he dropped $76,000 on a single pizza? And no, it wasn't topped with diamonds. This bad boy was covered in gold. MrBeast's got a serious case of gold fever. This guy spent a whopping $396,000 on gold food items alone. That's right, he's not just buying gold, he's eating it. It's like King Midas decided to become a YouTube star. But why is MrBeast so obsessed with gold? It ain't just about having expensive taste. For him, gold is more than just a precious metal. It's content gold. Every time he buys something covered in gold, his viewers eat it up. It's all part of his brand, showing off that larger-than-life lifestyle that keeps people coming back for more. Take that $76,000 gold pizza, for example. Most folks would be happy with a regular pepperoni, but not MrBeast. He went and got himself a pizza that costs more than some people's yearly salary, and you better believe he made a video about it. It's the kind of over-the-top stunt that's made him famous. MrBeast's gold obsession goes way beyond just food, though. He's turned gold into a status symbol, a way to show off his success. It's like he's saying, look how far I've come. I can literally eat gold now. And his fans love it. Every gold-covered item he shows off is another reminder of how big he's made it in the YouTube world. But here's the thing, MrBeast ain't just buying gold stuff for himself, he's using it to create some of the most eye-catching content on YouTube. Imagine scrolling through your feed and seeing a video titled, "I ate a $70,000 golden pizza." You'd click on that in a heartbeat, right? That's exactly what MrBeast is counting on. This gold addiction of his has become a big part of his brand identity. When people think of MrBeast, they think of crazy, expensive stunts and gold-covered everything. It's like he's created his own version of the Midas touch. Everything he touches turns to views. Risky business. Gold food is just the appetizer in MrBeast's feast of excess. His real high-stakes game? Gambling. He's turned throwing money away into an art form, and his viewers can't get enough of it. MrBeast's spent a mind-blowing $1.18 million on lottery tickets alone. That's right, this YouTube king has dropped more cash on scratch-offs than most people will make in their lifetime. But for MrBeast, it ain't about hitting the jackpot. It's all about creating content that keeps his audience on the edge of their seats. He started small, spending $30,000 on lottery tickets. But as his channel grew, so did his bets. Soon, he was dropping $100,000 on scratch-offs in a single video. These gambling videos are like a roller coaster ride for his viewers. 1 minute, they're watching him scratch off ticket after ticket, hoping for a big win. The next, they're gasping as he loses tens of thousands of dollars in seconds. It's this mix of high stakes and unpredictable outcomes that keeps people coming back for more. MrBeast's gambling content ain't without controversy, though. He once promoted a CS.io gambling site, which raised eyebrows because of its appeal to underage fans. He's since taken down most of those videos, but it shows how his content sometimes walks a fine line. But here's the thing, MrBeast knows exactly what he's doing. Even when he loses big, like that time he dropped $80,000 in a single gamble, he's still winning in terms of views and engagement. He's turned potentially risky behavior into a gold mine of content. These gambling videos have become a big part of MrBeast's brand. They showcase his willingness to take huge risks, not just with his money, but with his content too. It's like he's gambling on his audience's reaction every time he posts a new video. MrBeast's gambling adventures blur the line between entertainment and real financial risk. When you're watching him scratch off a mountain of lottery tickets, you're not just seeing a guy trying to win big. You're watching a master content creator at work, turning a simple act into a nail-biting experience for millions of viewers. Luxury getaway. MrBeast's wild spending doesn't stop at the casino. When this content king takes a break, he goes big. How big? Try renting the Eiffel Tower for a day. Yeah, that Eiffel Tower. MrBeast dropped $50,000 to rent the iconic Parisian landmark for a video, but that's just a warm-up for his insane vacation habits. This guy doesn't do budget travel. He's all about luxury getaways that make your all-inclusive resorts look like backyard camping trips. Imagine renting an entire resort in Mexico. That's what MrBeast did, shelling out $10,000 a night. It's like having your own private paradise, complete with staff catering to your every whim. But for MrBeast, it's just another day in the life of a YouTube mogul. And get this, he once stayed at a hotel in Switzerland that cost $100,000. We're not talking about some fancy suite here. This is the kind of place that hosts presidents and world leaders. It's like MrBeast's playing in a whole different league when it comes to vacations. But here's the thing about MrBeast's getaways. They're not just about relaxation. Nah, this guy's always thinking about content. Even when he's on vacation, he's working on his next big video idea. It's like he's blurred the line between work and play. Take his $50,000 private island experience. Most folks would be content with lounging on the beach and sipping cocktails, but not Mr. Beast. He turned it into a content creation opportunity. Multiple houses, staff on hand. It's like he brought his whole production team along for the ride. Mr. Beast's approach to vacations is next level. He's not just looking for a place to unwind, he's searching for experiences that'll blow his viewers' minds. Every getaway is a potential video, every luxury resort a possible set for his next big stunt. And he's not afraid to spend big to make it happen. Mr. Beast's dropped a total of $410,000 on various vacations. That's more than most people spend on their homes. But for him, it's an investment in his brand and his content. It's pretty wild when you think about it. Mr. Beast has turned vacationing into an extreme sport. He's not just competing with other YouTubers anymore. When it comes to luxury travel, he's playing in the same league as billionaires and celebrities. But here's what sets Mr. Beast apart. He's not just doing it for himself. Every extravagant vacation, every crazy experience, it's all fuel for his content machine. He's always thinking about how to turn these luxury getaways into videos that'll rack up millions of views. Remember that Eiffel Tower rental? Mr. Beast didn't just admire the view, he used it as a backdrop for one of his videos. "We have the entire Eiffel Tower completely to ourselves," he said, showing off the scale of his extravagant experiences. Mr. Beast's Willy Wonka dreams. From presidential suites to chocolate rivers, Mr. Beast's empire keeps growing in the most unexpected ways. What if I told you his next big move involved a $500,000 candy fantasy? Mr. Beast dropped $500,000 on a Willy Wonka-themed chocolate factory. That's right, this YouTube king ain't just making videos anymore, he's making chocolate. But this ain't your average candy shop. Mr. Beast went all out, creating a whimsical wonderland that'd make even Willy Wonka jealous. This chocolate factory ain't just for show, it's the birthplace of Feastables, Mr. Beast's very own chocolate company. And get this, Feastables ain't just some side hustle. This thing's blown up faster than one of Mr. Beast's viral videos. How big are we talking? Feastables is now valued at $5 billion. Yeah, you read that right. Billion with a B. That's more than some countries' GDPs. And in 2023 alone, it raked in over $700 million in revenue. That's a whole lot of chocolate bars. But here's the thing. Mr. Beast didn't just slap his name on some generic candy. Nah, he went all in on the Willy Wonka vibe. We're talking a full-on chocolate river, marshmallow room, the works. It's like he took the movie set and made it real. This whole chocolate factory thing shows how Mr. Beast thinks. He don't just make videos, he creates experiences, and then he turns those experiences into cold, hard cash. It's like everything he touches turns to gold. Or in this case, chocolate. Mr. Beast's strategy here is genius. He used his YouTube fame to launch a real-world product. And not just any product, one that ties directly into his brand of over-the-top, larger-than-life content. It's like he's found a way to let his fans taste a piece of his videos. But Mr. Beast ain't stopping at just making chocolate. He's using his factory as a backdrop for even more insane videos. It's like he's created this endless loop of content and commerce. The factory makes for great videos, the videos promote the chocolate, and the chocolate funds more crazy stunts. It's the circle of Mr. Beast life. This whole Feastables thing shows how Mr. Beast's thinking bigger than just YouTube. He's building an empire that spans both digital and physical worlds. One day he's giving away islands, the next he's selling chocolate bars in stores across the country. From Minecraft to reality. Ever wondered what it'd be like to step into your favorite video game? Mr. Beast didn't just wonder, he made it happen. This YouTube sensation dropped a whopping $200,000 to bring Minecraft into the real world. That's right, he built an entire Minecraft village complete with 6 houses and a giant creeper smack in the middle. But this ain't just some half-baked theme park attraction. Mr. Beast went all out to make sure every detail was spot on. He made sure one block in real life measured exactly 2.5 feet tall. Talk about commitment to accuracy. It's like he took the game and blew it up to life-size proportions. This Minecraft village wasn't just for show though. MrBeast used it as a backdrop for some of his craziest videos. For about 6 months, this pixelated paradise was the star of the show. But MrBeast being MrBeast, he couldn't just let it sit there. Nah, he had to go out with a bang, literally. After half a year, MrBeast decided to send his Minecraft village out in style. He loaded the place up with dynamite and blew it sky high. The explosion was so massive, so spectacular, that people thought it was CGI. But nope, that was all real. Just another day in MrBeast's world of over-the-top content. This Minecraft village is just one example of how MrBeast's blurring the lines between digital content and physical experiences. He's not just making videos anymore, he's creating whole worlds for his fans to explore. It's like he's taken the idea of immersive content and cranked it up to 11. MrBeast's military-grade toys, it's all about raw power. Imagine dropping $625,000 on something you can't even drive on the street. That's exactly what MrBeast did, and it's got people talking. MrBeast ain't playing around when it comes to his toys. This YouTube king's got a collection of 5 military tanks worth about $625,000. That's right, tanks. Not toy ones either. We're talking full size, could probably take over a small country tanks. Each one's worth about $125,000, which is more than some folks' houses. Now you might be thinking, why does a YouTuber need tanks? Well, for MrBeast, it's all about the content. These ain't just sitting in some garage collecting dust. Nah, he's using these bad boys in his videos as props. It's like he's taken his production value to a whole new level. One day he's building Minecraft villages, the next he's rolling up in an actual tank. MrBeast's been into military vehicles for a while now. Back in 2018, he celebrated the 4th of July by using a tank to Uber strangers around. Yeah, you read that right. While most people were lighting sparklers, MrBeast was giving tank rides. It's this kind of crazy stunt that's made him famous. But owning tanks ain't all fun and games. It stirred up some controversy too. A lot of people are surprised that a regular guy, even a super rich YouTuber, can just go out and buy heavy artillery. It's got people talking about gun laws, military equipment, and what's okay for civilians to own. But for MrBeast, the tanks are just another day at the office. He's all about doing things bigger and crazier than anyone else. In one of his videos, he joked, "These 5 tanks are literally about to rain missiles upon this $500,000. It's like he's playing with life-size toys, and his playground is worth millions. These tanks ain't just about showing off though. They're part of MrBeast's whole larger-than-life image. He's not just a guy making videos in his bedroom anymore. He's a content creator with his own fleet of military vehicles. It's the kind of thing that makes people stop scrolling and pay attention. MrBeast's tank collection is changing the game when it comes to YouTube content. He's raising the bar for what viewers expect. It's not enough to just talk about cool stuff anymore. MrBeast's out here buying it, using it, and turning it into viral content. And let's be real, owning tanks fits right in with MrBeast's brand of over-the-top stunts and giveaways. He's always looking for ways to top himself, to do something even crazier than before. And what's crazier than casually mentioning you've got 5 tanks parked out back at sky-high spending? This YouTube king's got a fleet of private jets worth $7.5 million. That's enough to buy a small airline. But for MrBeast, it's just another day in the office. MrBeast's aviation addiction ain't just about owning fancy planes. He's spent over $900,000 on plane tickets alone. Yeah, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million just to get from point A to point B. But here's the kicker. $500,000 of that was for a single ticket on a private Boeing 777. That's not just first class, that's like millionth class. But MrBeast ain't just throwing money away. These crazy expensive flights are all part of his global domination plan. He's using these jets to film videos in places most of us only dream of visiting. India, Japan, even Antarctica. Nowhere's off limits when you've got your own fleet of planes. MrBeast's aviation expenses show just how big his empire's grown. He's not just some guy making videos in his backyard anymore. He's a global brand, and these planes are his way of reaching every corner of the world. It's like he's got the whole planet as his playground. Now you might be thinking, why does one guy need so many planes? Well, for MrBeast, it's all about the content. 2 of his jets were sacrificed for the YouTube gods. One got crashed in a video, and the other was given away to another YouTuber. That's the kind of over-the-top stuff his viewers expect. MrBeast's still got 1 jet left, worth about $2.5 million. He uses this bad boy for international flights, zipping around the globe like it's no big deal. It's not just about getting there fast, it's about getting there in style. Mr. Beast once said, "This is like a yacht in the sky," and he ain't wrong. But Mr. Beast's not just about private jets. He's splurged on some pretty insane commercial flights too. We're talking $25,000 for a first-class ticket on Singapore Airlines and $10,000 for an Emirates first-class seat. Most people save up for years to fly business class, but Mr. Beast's out here making it look like pocket change. All this flying around ain't just for fun though. It's a key part of Mr. Beast's content strategy. By being able to film anywhere in the world, he's always got fresh ideas for his videos. One day, he's giving away islands in the tropics. The next, he's doing challenges in the Arctic. It's this kind of global reach that's helped him build his billion-dollar empire. Mr. Beast's air travel habits are changing the game for YouTube creators. He's shown that to stay on top, you've got to be willing to go the extra mile, or in his case, the extra 1,000 miles. It's not just about making videos anymore. It's about creating experiences that span the globe. Building Mr. Beast's empire. How do you keep an empire running? By dropping $50 million on employee housing. That's right, Mr. Beast bought a whole neighborhood. But why? Turns out Mr. Beast's got a heart as big as his wallet. He spent $50 million to buy hundreds of houses in Greenville, North Carolina. This ain't just some real estate investment, it's all about taking care of his team. See, Mr. Beast's office is in Greenville, but a lot of his employees couldn't find places to live nearby. So what did he do? He went and bought half the city. That's some next-level boss moves right there. This ain't just about giving his employees a place to crash. It's about building a community. Mr. Beast's creating a whole ecosystem around his brand. It's like he's turned Greenville into Mr. Beastville. Jimmy once said, "I decided to buy half of the city just to give the houses to all of my employees for free." That's right, he's not even charging rent. Talk about employee benefits. This 50 million neighborhood is more than just a bunch of houses. It's a sign of how Mr. Beast thinks about business. He ain't just focused on making videos, he's building a whole empire, and he knows that empire needs a solid foundation. By providing housing for his team, Mr. Beast's making sure his best talent sticks around. It's hard to quit when your boss is literally putting a roof over your head. Plus, with everyone living close by, it's easier to collaborate on those crazy video ideas. This move shows how Mr. Beast's thinking long-term. He's not just throwing money around for the fun of it. Every dollar he spends is an investment in his brand and his people. The Greenville neighborhood is changing the game when it comes to YouTube empires. Mr. Beast's showing that to be the best, you gotta take care of your team. It's not just about paying them well, it's about giving them a place to call home. This whole neighborhood thing is part of Mr. Beast's bigger strategy. He's not just a content creator anymore. He's a business mogul, a real estate developer, and now a community builder. It's like he's creating his own little world with his brand at the center. The future of Mr. Beast's fortune. He come a long way from his bedroom gaming setup. Now he's sitting on a YouTube empire worth $20 billion. That's more than some countries' GDPs. But for Jimmy Donaldson, it's just another day at the office. This guy's always thinking big. Remember when he dropped $500,000 on a Willy Wonka-style chocolate factory? Well, that little side hustle, Feastables, is now worth $5 billion. In 2023 alone, it raked in $700 million. That's a whole lot of chocolate bars. But Mr. Beast ain't about to rest on his laurels. He's got his eyes on the future, and it's looking pretty wild. He's been dropping hints about getting into emerging tech. We're talking stuff that could make his current fortune look like pocket change. One thing Mr. Beast's been dabbling in, cryptocurrency. He dropped $2 million on a warehouse for mining. Sure, he hit some bumps with profitability because of high costs, but that ain't stopping him. When Mr. Beast sees potential, he goes all in. And get this, Mr. Beast's spending habits have evolved. It ain't just about crazy stunts anymore. Every dollar he spends is a calculated move to grow his empire. He's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Take his YouTube channels. He's got 6 of them, and they're worth billions. But Mr. Beast ain't satisfied with just video content. He's hinted at future projects that could expand his brand even further. We're talking about stuff that could change the game for content creators everywhere. MrBeast's always been about pushing boundaries. Remember when he built a life-size Minecraft village for $200,000? Or when he bought a whole neighborhood for $50 million just to house his employees? That's the kind of thinking that's got him where he is today. But here's the thing, MrBeast's not just about making money, he's about creating experiences. Whether it's giving away islands or blowing up tanks, he's always looking for ways to wow his audience. And you can bet his future projects are going to be even crazier. One area MrBeast's been focusing on, philanthropy. He's already given away millions, but word on the street is he's planning even bigger charitable moves. It's like he's trying to become the Bill Gates of YouTube.